Hello, my name is Andrea Sanchez, and I am going to do my observations reviews. And I have exceptional children on Thursdays. It's an internet assistant, and of course, I have Miss Vaughn. And I did 9 observations. The first 3 were at Valonia Primary, and those were Miss Laura Lira. She was for kindergarten, and it was done on February the 9th. 2016, and it was from 8 to 9 a.m. Then I went to Miss Natalie Cates, first grade, and that was done on February the 10th, 2016, from 8 to 9 as well. And I had Miss Kimberly Mills. She was second grade, and it was February the 16th, from 1 to 2. And then I went to William Jefferson Clinton Elementary Magnet School, and I did Miss Erica Evans, and it was for third grade, the special education resource class, and that was on March 31st from 8 to 9, I'm sorry. And then I did the next 4 in Frank Mitchell Intermediate School, and I had Miss Brenda Norwood for fourth grade self-contained class. That was on March the 18th from 1 to 2. Then I had Miss Shelley Doris, and that was for the 5th grade special education resource class. And that was on February the 26th from 9 to 10. And then it was Miss Brenda Norwood again, and she was for the 6th grade self-contained class. That was on March 9th, and it was from 8 to 9. And then Miss Whitney Carden, Miss Carden, for the 5th and 6th grade gifted and talented, and that was on the March the 8th from 8:15 to 9:15. And then last but not least, I went to Pathfinder, and I went to the preschool and kindergarten area, and I had Miss Rena Step, and that was for the inclusive school site, and it was done on March 21st from 9 to 10. Okay, to get started, the first one, Miss Miss Lyra, for the kindergarten. She had a really nice open space. Everything was opened. That's the first thing that I noticed. I also, when I went in, another thing that I noticed too was that she was going to be really strict. I mean, you can just tell in some people the way they just come towards you and stuff, and I could tell that she was going to be really strict. And she was. She had lots of stuff that they did. I mean, when I walked in, they were doing the good morning song, so they were basically saying good morning, and then it just went on. I can't really memorize the rest, but it was really good. The kids were really cheerful to do it with the teacher, so they were really energetic. It was just really neat, like I said. She had lots of control over them. I mean, the children, if one got off the carpet, she would literally just have to look at them, and the child would immediately return to the spot that he had to be on the carpet. So it was really good. I mean, she had lots of just control over the children. The children seemed to listen to her. They were enjoying the class. One thing that I didn't like was that she had the kids start playing and centers, and they have centers that are educational centers. They have science. She had math. I mean, it was all these different centers. And she came up to me and said, well, I have to help this girl out because she's slow. And I honestly don't think that you should say that in front of the children, especially because she was right there. So it's one of the things that I would change. Maybe if you're going to say something, you could say it in a different way. They need more help, or they're extra special and they need more help. Something like that, instead of just saying it very rudely and saying, well, she's really slow. I think there's other ways to say it. But other than that, I mean, she had a really good structure with the children. I mean, they all listened to her. She had a good method of just a reward system. I mean, it was really good. The next one that I want to go over is for the first grade, Miss Cates. When I walked in, she only had 12 children, so I was kind of confused on that. And then I later figured out that it was because the rest were at a play. They were practicing for a play. So it was the middle of learning time, so there was a lot of interference. What I just kept on thinking was, oh, those poor children, they're going to miss the class. So yeah, it was pretty difficult for that. And yes, there was a teacher that came in and interrupted and was complaining about it. Miss Kate, I don't know, she didn't realize that I was there, and when she turned around and looked at me, she immediately stopped the conversation, was like, I'll talk to you at lunch. So she handled it well and told the teacher to leave and that they would talk later, so I really liked that. She had really good self-control over the children. It was really good. They just all listened to her, and they continued to do their work without a problem. So it was a really good observation. I learned a lot in that class. Another one is this for the second grade, and I had Miss Mills. This had to be one of the most peaceful classes that I had observed at. It was very peaceful, very good environment for the children. They all listened and everything. One thing I did notice was that one child, she did not speak English, so she could not understand what was going on. She looked pretty lost throughout the whole lesson. Once I started doing some worksheets and stuff, the teacher came up to me and explained to me why the child wasn't paying attention and stuff. She was like, I just don't want you to think that the child is not doing the work, but it's just because the child has trouble understanding what's going on in the classroom. So I thought that was, just to be able to experience a classroom that has a child like that was a really good experience. She was very nice. Like I said, it was a very peaceful environment for her and the children. The children were all learning, so it was really good. For third grade, I went to the Clinton Elementary, the magnet school, and this one's the one that I had a little bit of concern about. It was very difficult for me because the teacher, she was, I believe she was albino, so she could not see very well. She had an assistant, but he really never really stepped in or anything. So the teacher, she could handle herself, but it was just really difficult for her to read and to look at the words, or if a child had a question, she didn't know exactly who it was unless it was by the voice. I did notice that was the method that she used to be able to distinguish the voices. So I think it's really neat that there's a teacher that, even though she has I don't know if it's called a disability, if you would call it that, but that she was able to teach still. So I thought that was really neat, and I really enjoyed the class. All the kids listened, and she went over all the stuff. Was a very good teacher. Now for the fourth grade self-contained class, I noticed that some of the kids had lots lower self-esteem. They were all very smart, and they were all so bright, but the self-esteem was just down to the floor, and the teacher was so good at just encouraging the students, like, you know what, you got this, you can do this, we're going to do this test, and you are going to ace it, because you are just that smart. So I really loved how she was just so enthusiastic just throughout the whole lesson, and it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I don't have anything bad to criticize for that teacher. Another one would be for the fifth grade resource class, and I went to a math class. The teacher had really upbeat music, so the kids were sitting there singing and doing their math. They took a test while I was there, and they all did wonderful. They were all just really excited, and they actually get money, like cash money, to be able, if they make an A, if they make an A, like a 90, then they would get like $3 or something like that, but it's like school money. And if they get a 100, they would get like $10 or something like that, and they're able to like buy chocolates and stuff like that at the school, or it's like either a small chocolate for something, or you can buy pencils and all that. So I thought that was really neat. Another one is the sixth grade self-contained class, and I had Miss Norwood again. That was the fourth grade one, and she was very good. Like I said, she was enthusiastic throughout the whole lesson. Again, the children, they had trouble and they were getting frustrated with themselves, but she was always there, and she was like, go, 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 you got this, you can do this. For the gifted and talented, those kids moved like this. It was math, and they had all the kids in there. They're helping them, and they literally went through like 4 or 5 lessons in just that 1 hour that I was in there. I mean, they're very smart. So it's awesome. And last but not least, but it's for the inclusive school site. And this is one of my favorites. I mean, I went to adult, so it was very awesome. I mean, just the fact that the kids, I mean, I'm sorry, not the kids, but the adults, they were able to just sit there. I went to the one where it was like where they had the studio, so they were doing some karaoke, and I got to see all that. It was awesome, just having them rap and just express themselves. It was awesome just to see it. So I really enjoyed all the observations. I learned so much from all of them. I didn't have just one terrible one. So I really enjoyed it, and thank you, Ms. Vaughn.